There are things that are happening that could potentially be so bad for the world in terms of weaponry. He would tell me many years ago the power of weapons someday, and that the destructive force of these weapons would be so massive that it's going to be scary to the world. And what's odd about it is, like, that one statement he told me about nuclear before nuclear was nuclear, basically before there was nuclear weapons being created, that it existed. And that's odd because Donald Trump was born in 1946, and the U.S. definitely had nukes by then. So it's kind of like odd that he said that. Is it possible someone, maybe Trump, maybe his uncle, who knows, went back in time and wrote about the future in an old book in the 1800s and what was going to happen, the last president, the riots in New York, all of that? Could it all be coming true and it was written in this timeline? Maybe in another timeline those books never existed, but maybe in this one they do. Does that make any sense? I feel like I sound insane, but it's just, out of the box thinking here. Try to be open-minded for sure. And another thing you probably heard Trump say a bunch of times is, I know more than the generals do. He has literally said, I know more about ISIS than the generals do.
I've heard different accounts, from 40 to 60,000 people. Good fighters, ISIS. Good fighters. Smart, good. So I'm running for president. I'm leading in almost all the polls. And they asked me a question about ISIS. And I say to the announcer, I don't really want to answer. And the next day, these idiots over here say, Trump doesn't know the answer. The reason I don't want to answer, because I don't want to tell the enemy. If I win, I don't want to have to. Does that make sense? I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
You still feel like you know more about ISIS than the generals?
Well, they don't know much because they're not winning. That I can tell you. Now, I think they're not winning for a different reason.
Is it possible? And I know it's hard because I am not a Trump fan. But is it possible that he does? And I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but is it possible that he knows so much because he actually went into the future and saw things